Hello and welcome to your practice today. My name is Danielle. Today's practice will involve a lot of grounding shapes. It will also include a few heart openers. My hope is that you honor yourself and your practice by checking in to see what you and body may need. If I offer a variation or an option throughout practices that does not serve you, my hope is you find whatever does. Knowing that this is your practice and I honor whatever you and body may need. The invitation is to begin our practice today in a child's pose, finding whatever that looks like for yourself. In our child's pose, maybe we bring big toes to touch. Maybe we bring our knees to the outside edges of the mat as we slowly and gently walk ourselves forward. Option for the forehead to rest on the mat. Maybe your hands are long in front, or maybe you find a different variation of hands. Taking time to meet yourself here, to find the four corners of your mat, allow yourself to be supported. As you find yourself here, the invitation is to begin and notice connecting with breath. Maybe you notice the quality of breath. Being open to whatever is presenting itself to you with curiosity. Maybe you notice as you draw attention to breath, it changes the quality of breath. Knowing you do not have to change anything that's presenting itself, allowing ourselves to connect with it with curiosity and openness. Maybe you choose to use breath throughout your practice to guide and anchor you, allowing yourself to be present in your practice today. If you notice your mind wandering or any discomfort or dis-ease, the invitation is return to breath and allow yourself to be here now. On your next inhale, slowly walking hands forward, maybe elbows lift as you continue to shift your hips to heels. Taking a few breaths here, belly button in towards spine, finding a more active child's pose. On your next inhale, we'll slowly and gently make our way to a tabletop shape, stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, elongating spine, bringing crown of head towards top edge of mat, tailbone towards back edge of mat. Option here if you would like to lower belly, lift gaze, trying to keep neck neutral. On an exhale, rounding back, tucking chin. Inhale, lower belly, lift gaze. Exhale, rounding back, tucking chin. Inhale, lower belly, lift gaze. Exhale, rounding back, tucking chin. The invitation is to continue these movements or find any other movements that call to you and your body. Maybe you would like to turn side to side, option to gaze over one shoulder or the other. Option to change your variations of hands. Maybe you shift your weight to your hips. Taking time to find anything that calls to you today, anything that meets you and your body where you are, knowing there is no rush here. And when you're ready, we'll slowly and gently make our way to belly down. Hands under our shoulders. On an inhale, lifting heart, bringing gaze to center. On an exhale, gently release, gazing to the right. Inhale, lift heart, lift chest. Exhale, release, gaze to the left. Inhale, lift heart. Exhale, release. Gaze to the right. Inhale, lift heart. Exhale, release. Gaze to the left. Inhale, lift heart. Exhale, release. Gaze to the right. Inhale, lift heart. Exhale, release. Gaze to the left. Option if you would like to find Dharmajini arms, bringing elbows to the outside edges, stacking hands on one another. As you lower your forehead or third eye, breathing deeply into back body. Option always to stay where you are. When you're ready, lifting forehead, bringing hands, one handprint outside of where they are, gazing to the left. On an inhale, lifting heart to center as we lift our palms. On an exhale, gently release, gaze to the left. Inhale, lifting heart, lifting palms. Exhale, release, gaze to the left. Inhale, lifting heart, lifting palms. Exhale, release, gaze to the right. Inhale, lifting heart, lifting palms. Exhale, release, gaze to the left. One more round. Inhale, lifting palms. Exhale, release, gaze to the right. Last time. Inhale, lift heart, lift palms. Exhale, release, gaze to the left. Option again to stay here, or maybe you want to find crocodile, elbows to the outside edges, stacking hands. Breathing deeply. Last round, lifting forehead, bringing hands, one handprint outside of your shoulders, gazing to the left. This time, we'll lift our heart, lift our palms, lift our feet. Exhale, release, gaze to the right. Inhale, lift heart, lift palms, lift feet. Exhale, release, gaze to the left. Inhale, lift heart, lift palms, lift feet. Exhale, release, gaze to the right. Inhale, lift arms, lift palms, lift feet. Exhale, release, gaze to the left. Last round. Inhale, lift arms, lift heart, lift feet. Exhale, release, gaze to the right. Last one. Lifting palms, lifting heart, lifting feet. Exhale, release, gaze to the left. Option for morale if you would like. Finding any movement that might call to you and body. Taking your time to find whatever you need. When you're ready, we'll slowly lift the forehead as we bring our forearms to the mat, bringing our hips up as we shift our torso back. Maybe forehead lowers to the mat, finding puppy pose. Option if you would like to lift the elbows off the mat. Staying connected with breath. And as we find an inhale, we'll slowly and gently make our way to a seated shape. Maybe your legs are crossed, maybe they're long in front, or maybe you're even seated on your shins, finding whatever calls to you in body here. Taking a moment to notice how you're feeling. As you find an inhale, lifting arms. On an exhale, bringing hands to heart center, taking a moment. Inhale, reach. On an exhale, we'll goal post out the arms as we lift our gaze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, reach. On an exhale, we'll twist to the right. Option to bring the left elbow outside the right knee, maybe the right hand tense behind you as your gaze follows, not forcing the twist, using breath. As you find your next inhale, we'll gently unwind, coming back to center, reaching here. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, goalpost and gaze high. Inhale, reach. On an exhale, hands through heart center. This time we'll reach. Exhale, twisting to the left. Option to bring the right hand outside the left knee. Maybe your left hand tense long behind you as your gaze follows. On an inhale, we'll slowly unwind, coming back to center, reaching here. Exhale, hands to heart center, taking a moment to notice how you're feeling now. As we come into seated tree, bringing the left leg long, bringing sole of right foot into the left leg. Elongating spine here. As we bring the back of the left hand to low back. And on an inhale, we'll slowly and gently walk forward with our right hand. Maybe that's on the leg, maybe it's inside of the leg. Inhaling, coming back up to center. As we find an exhale, we'll walk forward any amount, knowing we do not have to rush. Inhaling back to center. On an exhale, we'll walk forward any amount and pause. Maybe your body falls on top of the leg, maybe it falls inside, allowing the body to decide. Maybe you reach the left hand forward. Staying connected with breath, using it to anchor you, holding shapes, not breath. And when we're ready, we'll slowly and gently walk ourselves back up. As we bring the right leg long in front, adjusting anything here we may need to adjust. Inhale. And on an exhale, we'll walk forward any amount. On an inhale, we'll slowly come back up. On an exhale, we'll slowly walk our hands forward for the forward fold. Inhaling back. One more time, we'll fold and hold, taking your time, knowing you do not have to rush, allowing yourself to be wherever you are. Belly button in towards spine, using breath to anchor you. As we find an inhale, we'll slowly and gently walk ourselves back up. As we keep the right leg extended, bringing sole left leg anywhere in towards the right. Bringing back of right hand to low back. As we bring the left hand forward, walking forward on the leg or the mat. Inhaling, coming back up to center. Exhale, slowly finding a forward fold. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, folding forward one more time. Option if you would like to extend the right arm. Belly button in towards spine. Using breath, not forcing anything. And when you're ready, we'll slowly and gently come back up to center as we bring both soles of feet in towards one another for bound angle. Option for legs to be far out, option for them to be close. Whatever feels good to you. Again, meeting yourself where you are and honoring what you need. Option if you would like to fold forward any amount. Using breath, not forcing anything. When you're ready, we'll slowly and gently find our way back up as we bring our hands to the outside edges of our knees and lower our backs to the mat, finding our way into constructive rest. Knees pointed high to sky, back on mat. From here, hands long by our sides. As we find an inhale, lifting our heart, lifting our hips. Bringing option if you would like to interlace fingers behind you as you walk up onto your shoulders, allowing yourself a little bit of a heart opener here. Pressing firmly into the feet, bringing knees in towards one another, even if they're not touching. Option to drag the head towards the feet if that feels okay to you. When you're ready, slowly and gently releasing the interlace as the feet and hips find their way back down to mat. From here, bringing hands to the knees, inhale, drawing towards your chest. Exhale, pushing them away. Inhale, knees in towards chest. Exhale, pushing away, hovering feet straight in the arms. Inhale, knees in towards chest. And as you find an exhale this time, we'll lower knees to the left as we goalpost or tee out our arms. Gaze maybe higher, maybe it falls to the left. As you find an inhale, when you're ready to release, gaze back to the center. As you bring knees in towards chest, taking any time to find any movement that you and body need. As we release the twist and prepare ourselves for the second side. Maybe you push your knees away, bring them in towards chest. Taking time to find whatever you and body need. And taking your time, knowing there is no rush. When it calls to you, we'll slowly lower knees to the right. Goalpost or tee out your arms. Maybe gaze stays higher, it falls to the left. When you're ready to release, bringing gaze back to center as the top knee and bottom knee find way into your chest. Taking time to find any final shapes or movement for yourself today. Maybe you would like legs on the wall. Maybe you would like a happy baby. Taking time to find whatever you and body need as you prepare yourself to enter into the final resting shape of Shavasana. Shavasana is a space of rest. Maybe you're lying down on your back. Maybe you're on your belly, your side, or even seated. Allowing yourself to find a shape that will allow you to integrate all the movement and information that we took in during our practice today. Allowing ourselves a few moments of silence before we return to our mats. When you're ready, slowly and gently returning to the mat by deepening your inhales and exhales. Option to gently turn the head side to side, maybe bringing the thumb to the tips of your fingers as you wiggle your toes and fingers, circling wrists and ankles in each direction. Option, if you would like, to take a full body stretch by reaching your arms long overhead and pointing your toes to the end of the mat. Maybe you'd like to bring your knees into your chest, giving yourself a gentle squeeze, finding any movement that calls to you in body. And when you're ready, we'll slowly and gently make our way to a seated shape. Option, if you would like, to bring hands to heart center, taking a moment to press thumbs into sternum, connecting to yourself, to your heartbeat, and the life force within you. Thank you for taking time to share your energy and practice with me today. In light and love. Namaste.